Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Manitowoc Act Studio. We're going to be doing some great live cooking for you. We have some fabulous pieces of equipment and some great food. I'd like to take a moment to introduce our team. Myself, Chef Kim, I'm one of the corporate chefs down at Manitowoc in Tampa. We have Chef Hans. He is one of our guest chefs with Rich's Products. Great to have him here. He's been working hard all week. We have one of our local culinary students at the Cordon Bleu who came up to help with us, so we're appreciative with that. And Chef George, who just stepped back in after giving you your cutlery to eat your great food.
Good afternoon, everyone.
So thanks. We'd like to start off actually giving you a little history on our ACT equipment. First of all, it started way back in 1960. We actually introduced the Merry Chef microwave oven. And then about 10 years behind that came our Convotherm oven by Cleveland. So the two technologies were introduced then. You have steam combination and you have convected air. So you can cook around 5 to 8 times faster than you could in a regular convection oven. And then in the Merry Chef modern day, our E4, you have 3 technologies working. So you have microwave, impinged air, and convected air, and they're all working together to cook 15 times faster than you would in a regular oven. So I think that's fabulous. We're going to show you some great stuff that's going to come out. And while we are working, I'm going to give you this is a little cheddar chipotle bacon dip. Everything tastes better with bacon, right? We're going to give you some great green beans from one of our food partners, McCain's. They will be coming out here in just a minute. And we have some Rich's Chef, we got some Rich's stuffed crust pita sticks that will be coming out. And now, Q.
Okay.
So
I hear you.
So we're ready to go. So any minute now, we'll have some great food. So while we have that great technology, customers, it took them a while to embrace that. It took them a while to figure out that this is something that's going to work for them. Now they've fully embraced this technology, and here it is today as living proof. It is here to assist and help with not only the food, but running your operation too.
Some wonderful green beans for everyone.
Great. Thanks, Chef George.
Not a problem.
Please, help yourself.
Thank you. Okay, then. Cheers.
All right. Be some breadsticks right behind. So while you're dipping and enjoying, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the equipment you see behind you. We have the E4 Merry Chef Easy Touch Oven. We have that sitting on the Versa drawer. We have then our induction cooktops by Garland. And then we have our 2-in-1 oven by Cleveland and Convotherm. So, this is great. Be careful because this is a little hot. The food is a little hot. While we're doing that, I think Chef George has a little information on some of the trends coming up here. And we're trying to give you some trends here. In front of you, you have something that is portable, easy to order, great to take with you. You can dip in the car, or you can, easy to grab at any of the locations that you might stop by. We're going to give you some healthy options too, and we have some other fabulous food that's going to be coming your way. So, Chef George, I think you have some great information about the clockless lifestyle.
Yes, Chef. Everybody likes to eat at all different hours and whatnot, so basically we have to have equipment that is reliable, dependable, and easy to use. With our Easy Touch ovens, it's a press of a button, and away you go. You get a perfectly consistent product every time. And it could be the manager, it could be a line cook, it could be a skill is positioned there. I mean, it's no skill required whatsoever.
Oh, thanks, Chef, for firing me. But anyway, however, you do need that. You need that person behind the scenes developing that food, developing those recipes that we can simply load into the computer. Once we've developed and everyone's thought that they're fabulous, we're going to stick in our USB stick, upload all the pictures, all the programs, and then you can grab anyone in the kitchen, show them a picture of the food. They can simply go up to the oven, press the button, and the oven is going to do that work for themselves. So actually, what's going to happen is you're going to get a consistent product every time as long as they push the right button. So it's perfect for everybody. Easy touch controls. George talked about buttons being easy to push. Easy touch controls, you'll see that all of the panels look very similar on our equipment because at Manitowoc, we're going for a common look controller. One of the reasons we're doing that is that if you can operate one piece of equipment from us, you can operate them all. So we're trying to make it easier for you, the end user, and of course for your staff training that you have in your restaurants. While we're doing the Easy Touch controller, we also have something that we do that qualifies our equipment. It makes it quality. It's called our 7-year lifespan. And we do a test that would take it over a rigorous 7 years of high and abusive in the kitchen work. So, you know, something that would happen to cooks in the kitchen, you know, they're pretty hard on their equipment. You know, we don't have time to love it. We only have time to use it. So, yeah, it has to stand up to that. So the 7-year lifespan test does a great job with that. The other thing is also that when you're choosing your equipment, you know, you're not going to just choose for today. You're not going to just choose for what you're producing tomorrow, but you're going to be looking ahead at...
I've got something else for you.
Why, thank you, Chef. You're going to be looking ahead about what happens 7 years from now, 5 years from now. Can your equipment keep up with the food? So, let's see. Maybe it can, maybe it can't. So that's going to be an important factor when you're looking for what you're purchasing. Here we have some great Moroccan-style meatballs. I simply took some great product from Rich's. I gave it a little Moroccan flair with some great olives, just a little spice, and we took a little breadstick on there. We've got some great locally grown microgreens.
Can I help you pass that, Chef?
Yeah, please do, George. So please enjoy. They're kind of cool. You can pick it up and eat it with a stick.
Little meatball for you. And this is the skewer. Yes, sir.
So go ahead and enjoy.
I'll take that, Chef.
Thank you. So here's the great Moroccan breadsticks. Great Moroccan meatballs, I'm sorry, with a little breadstick so you can pick that up and use it as a little handle. So it's kind of like the bone, a take on that. So again, we talked about the lifespan of the equipment. We talked about how you must purchase according to futuring your menu, future-proofing your menu, and so all those things are important. So advanced cooking. Advanced cooking technology isn't necessarily how fast you can get the food out, but really it's more about how can you compact your footprint? How can you minimize what your staff are doing and the footsteps they have to take to produce that menu? So, it's really important that the equipment be smart and that you use it in a smart space. And I know that Chef Hans is getting ready to tell us about how advanced technology works with not only our food and our equipment too, but the two together. Chef.
Well, Chef, technology progresses, and so does food. It progresses along together, and it's basically brought together by the consumer. The consumer demands certain things and wants to go forward. Years ago we had a lot of labor, and we had a lot of time, and we could make things very basic. When we made bread, we would lock a 30-pounder or a 60-pounder of flour and some yeast and all that kind of stuff. And then came this great big breakthrough, frozen dough. All of a sudden we had frozen dough. Now we didn't have to mix anymore, all that kind of stuff, but we still had to thaw it out. We still had to proof it. We still had to bake it. The next automatic progression to that was par bake. And par bake was great because with par bake, you already had the crust, you had everything else, the size and the shape and so forth. That was made possible by ovens like this, where you had steam. Because with steam, you could create nice crusts and stuff like that. So that's how things slowly but surely progressed. It became easier for us, and it became harder for the consumer to tell between frozen or factory made and from scratch made. You know, Chef, another good example of that is these cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls come in a frozen puck, in a box, 240. You take them out, you put them on sheet pans, you cover them up, you put them in your refrigerator overnight. The next morning, you crank up your proof box, 90-degree heat, 80% humidity. You put them in there for an hour. After that hour, what do? You take them out and you bake them. Well, this morning I came in, I was a little late. I put my cinnamon rolls right on the trays. I didn't start at 3 o'clock, I started at 7. Okay, I put them right on the trays. I put them in the comfort room oven, frozen. 4 minutes of steam, 12 minutes of baking, and I got the same cinnamon rolls that normally took me a whole night of thawing and proofing and making. So I also took away one whole piece of equipment. I no longer need a proof box.
Well,
that explains it, Chef.
Chef, you never told me you were late this morning.
All right,
I'll
I'm
have
sorry.
to dock your pay.
I was right on time.
So, as Chef Hans said, there's equipment and food working together in unison. So it's important. The food is developing the same time as the equipment, and usually it's a round robin. I delivered to you a really great product from Rich's. The little popcorn shrimp, we did those in the Merry Chef. And Chef George, in the Merry Chef, 2 minutes, 30 seconds?
Yes, ma'am. 2 minutes and 30 seconds for the
2 minutes,
shrimp.
30 seconds in the Merry Chef. Great product. We have some healthy black bean and fresh peach salsa. And that is actually from our McCain's Food Partners. It's a roasted, flash grilled product, which is awesome. I delivered them also on a sugarcane plate. So that brings me to another green hot trend. Sugarcane is going to be sustainable. You know, we harvest it and it grows back again and renews itself quite nicely. And then the cutlery that you are eating with is potato starch. So all of that stuff is environmentally friendly. Customers are looking for you as a business to be responsible to the environment. It's a big thing for them. All of those things will biodegrade into the earth in 90 days or less. So, you know, we're encouraging great plant growth with all the things that you're eating. Now, what happens with the potato starch? Can you believe that? It's pretty good. So one of the trends that are out there is green hot, and customers are wanting you to participate in being environmentally aware and showing that you're doing green programs. And it's actually been a trend was tracked that customers come more often to your restaurant knowing that you are participating in one of those environmentally friendly. So it is good for you to attract your customers back and to get some new customers too. So I think Chef George, the chefs have some more food.
Yes, Chef.
We're going to give you some sweet potatoes with a twist in just a minute here. And we have our fajitas coming. And they are popping out of the oven any minute. So what we have from Chef George, he's going to talk about the deity complex and how that's all going to work. Chef George.
Thank you, Chef Kim. Basically, consumers and customers nowadays want what they want when they want it. So us as food equipment manufacturers, need to be able to fit their needs. They need to be able to change their menus, they need to be innovative, and we need to be able to assist them with. As Chef Kim was mentioning earlier about the Easy Touch controller, it's a touch of a button. We actually program the oven, and away you go, and you have a consistent product every time. It makes it easy to change the programs, change your menu seasonally, and that's about it. Chef Kim?
Thanks, Chef George.
Thank you.
I'm just sticking those up there out of the way.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. So, customers want food when they want it. So we're not telling them when we're open, they're telling us when we need to be open. So it's important to have equipment that reacts fast and is able to do everything that you need it to do. So let me just go through a quick equipment review. We started with our convertherm. 2 technologies in 1 oven, steam and combination. We've taken, sorry, Chef.
Here's some sweet potato plates.
We've taken that a little step further, and we've stacked it. So we vertically stacked that, and we are needing a pair of tongs. Pair of tongs? Anyone? My life for a pair of tongs. Okay, we'll get them to get some tongs.
I'll take care of it.
All right, fabulous. So we stack that vertically. It has the easy-to-touch screen. Anyone can operate that. We paired that up with our induction cooktop. Induction energy, it's magnetic, so it excites the molecules inside of the pan. So you can actually expect to heat water in 90 seconds or less. And over to my left, we have the Merry Chef ovens. 3 technologies. There's going to be impinged air, microwave, and convected air. And we're going to cook 15 times faster than you could in a conventional oven. We paired that with a great VersaDrawer by Delfield. By the touch of your finger, you can change that unit to refrigerator or freezer, independently operated. You can do a controlled chill or a thaw, any products that you need, and change it back as many times during the day as you want. So you can see we've given you a really advanced cooking technology footprint here, and it's going to be, beneficial. It's compact. The 3 chefs behind me, really 1 person could operate that line, 2 maybe max, and I think that you'll agree that it's definitely something to talk about. I'd like to take a moment to thank our food partners, Rich's and McCain's. We've had great packaging by Bridgegate. We've had some fantastic microgreens by a locally sourced farmer over in Odessa, Chahaba Club. Kind of amazing, really good stuff. We'd like to thank you for spending your time with us. We have one thing that we're going to give you before you get going. We've got a little espresso brulee to get you on your way. And a great brownie by Rich's. So, if you have a few minutes after our demonstration, I know the beverage team is mixing up a storm. Okay, if I could get this. All right, you're going to have to get this. The beverage team is mixing up a storm, and they're going to be up next. We have Chef Ryan and Chef Hans and Chef Dennis doing some great stuff over there. All right, fabulous. So while we just burn our brulees, relax and enjoy.
Fajitas?
No, put them on.
And thank you again for coming. If you do have any questions, you can see our culinary team for any questions. You can see any other Manitowoc team members.
We're giving them 2 in 1, Chef. Fajitas and dessert at the same time.
All right. It's a double hit.
Here you go. Sure.
So please ask them any questions that you might have. They'll be glad to answer them.
You need a couple more, sir?
Couple more?
I need 3 more, sir. 3 more.
Yeah.